Hi everyone, exeter-rider, and this week I am reviewing the Hyosung GV300. Now for those who may not remember, I have actually reviewed the 125 version of this and I really liked it. It was a really good little bike, and I'm expecting the same from this. I've ridden it for about 5 miles now, and so far so good. It's kind of what you'd expect really. It's pretty much the same bike, I think, just obviously with a bigger bore this time than the 125 version. And this is a bobber as well, so we haven't got the rear pillion seat, which many would want, but I do believe that this bike is still available with a pillion seat as well, without the bobber set up there. You've got the V-twin again, which looks really good, and that's kicking out 300 cc's now. So essentially you still got the good looks, very much Harley-esque Sportster sort of look to it as well, with the V-twin and the actual seating arrangement and all that. It is very much like a Sportster. I have ridden the Sportster. I probably haven't put that up yet, but that is a test ride which I keep meaning to put up, and I keep on getting these long-termers and they get priority. So we got the gaiters on the front forks there, the cool looking guarded light, which is a halogen light, a beautiful seat, very well made, and nice leather feel to it. We haven't got a pillion seat, but we still have the pillion pegs there, so obviously they're just made it generic in many ways. So plastic mud guards as well, so they're not going to get rusty or anything like that. Overall, like the 125 version, this has its own clientele. When I put the GV125 video up, I had a lot of comments with people saying this is exactly what I've been looking for in a bike. But what we have to remember here is that the people that are going to be buying this are normally going to be the A2 guys, so for that reason you wouldn't really mind about that, because you don't really know a lot different anyway. So a massive sprocket on the rear. I can't remember the 125 version sprocket being that big, but overall, I mean, as I say, it's got its own place in the market, because I personally, I don't know of any other bike that is like this, you know, with the V-twin. Yes, you can get the 300cc parallel twins, but not a V-twin, and that does make a difference. From a parallel twin to a V-twin, you get more torque out of this one. The seat height is 710mm, so it's very low, so if you're quite short, then this bike is going to be perfect for you. My feet up on the pegs, I've got a dead 90-degree angle, so I would say that if you're 6 foot or above, this bike might be a bit small for you. Let's just shove it into neutral a second, we can do a sound check then. It's quite a throaty sound to it. Seat is very comfortable, very wide, and it holds you in, you know, just lovely really. And one thing I have found on the slight negative at the moment is that the fueling is a little bit jumpy, a little bit snatchy at low speeds. You never quite know when it's going to kick in. It certainly goes well. One of the things I really remember about the 125 was just how much torque that V-twin gave you, and this is exactly the same. So if you've got one of these already and you're thinking of moving up to a 300, and you're thinking, well, is that going to be enough for me? Is it going to give me enough, you know, a lot more power? Then it's definitely a worthwhile upgrade, in my opinion, to the 125, because it is a lot more powerful and a lot quicker, and it cruises better at higher speeds, and even at 70, you know, you still got a bit of roll-on power. I reckon you'll probably get 85-90 out of this, but for me, by the time you're up there, it is starting to vibrate quite a lot, which is strange really, because I didn't really find any vibration issues with the 125 version, but they are, although they look the same, they are different animals, these bikes, you know, with the 125 compared to the 300. Turning into corners, is all the weight is very low down. You do feel quite low down to the ground as well, because it is such a short bike. But for some people that will be the attraction. For me, I'm morely thinking of road presence when I'm so low down. But again, we've got the front light, which is permanently on, obviously, as they all have to be now. But don't forget, I will be bringing you a full review of this bike. I literally just had to come out tonight, you know, straight from work actually, because the next week is actually torrential rain, so I'm a bit concerned about that, because obviously I've got a day's worth of filming to do, and it's going to be very difficult over the next week or so before the bike goes back, so I've only got this for 2 weeks, so half of that time it's already raining torrentially, so we will see what happens there. But overall, first impressions, I mean, it's a bit like trying on an old slipper really, because I've ridden the 125 version. I already knew what to expect, and yeah, it's basically, obviously it is the same bike, you know, but with a bigger engine, more power. And I remember thinking about the 125 version, how over engineered the bike felt at the time, and I remember thinking to myself, well, this could probably handle a bigger size engine on it. And sure enough, that's what they done, which is great, because it opens the door, you know, to those who had the 125 version of this bike, can now move up a peg, you know, without thinking, oh, I'm going to lease my bike that I love so much, but I want to have a bigger bike. Well, now you can have this 300cc, and it goes well. It will go, you know, all that you need speed wise, this thing will do for the road. You know, you can stay within legal limits without risking your license too much. And again, you know, it is a cool looking bike. It looks really, really good. Is there anything I don't like about it? I don't think there is. Looks wise, I think it's got it all. Yes, I would probably have one with a pillion seat, because I want to carry people. And it's the vibrations and the fueling are a little bit iffy, but those things I can live with, so don't think that is a deal breaker and that it should put you off, because it shouldn't. But honestly, try one, because it's definitely worth putting on your list if you're after sort of a mid-range type of bike, and this is your style. Then yeah, take one out for a spin at your local dealer, because as I say, you know, the 125 version of this did attract a lot of people and brought people into biking in many cases, and it does feel quite well built as well. Obviously, parts situation, Sinis UK supply all the parts for these. They have got a good range of parts in already, and apparently the parts they don't have, they can get from Europe within a week or so. So again, obviously, let's bear in mind that getting any part at the moment is difficult. So you know, from all manufacturers, it's a right nightmare at the moment, the shipping side of things, and Brexit and all that rubbish. But yeah, I mean, essentially I think it's a good looking bike in my eyes. But anyway, I'll leave you in peace. I'm going to do a full review of this. Hopefully I can get some time to film it, and till that moment, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next Monday at 4 PM. What a beautiful place Exmouth is. Cheers guys, bye.